Welcome, everybody. Good morning. My name is Ty Minckler, and I'm here to welcome all of you and those of you online to our gathering this Sunday. Fun fact, a long-term study of superagers, people who live well and healthy into their 90s, by Harvard, found one key element. It wasn't eating, diet, it wasn't exercise, it wasn't sleep, it was connections. So even while we are here to grow spiritually, we're also growing healthy. So thank you for being here. Our musicians today are Yangco on the clarinet, and our special musical guest, ChristineEss, with Pete Beresford on percussion. Audiovisual team is the incredible Erik, Perrohe, Ronald and India Grace up in the loft. Practitioners today, Mona Williams on platform, and we have Suzanne Fraser on high watch in the back, holding consciousness for us. Thanks to our greeters, Casey Nicholson and Justin Arbuthnot. Justin should be wearing a do not touch badge here because he has actually a broken clavicle right now. Goes in surgery this week, so be gentle with him. And thank you for being here. Thank you also to Sue Bob Davis for and our hospitality team for our monthly potluck, which I'm hoping that you will all be here for afterwards. Our speaker and musician today is Rachel DiPaola. But I'm not a musician. You're not a musician. Correction. Our speaker today. Thank you. As always, see your bulletin for announcements and what's happening here. Of course, if you're online, go check us out on csltacoma.org and what we're up to. Practitioners will be in the back room, as always, holding a prayer circle for those who feel a need or any desire. If you want to manifest more connection or more prosperity, more harmony, even more peace, check it out. And if you're new today and comfortable raising your hand, please do so that we can offer you a welcome packet. Welcome. Yeah, keep your hand up so you got them all. Okay, wonderful. Thank you. Thank you for being here. And please do join us afterwards for our monthly potluck. For authentic connection, because that's what we're about, connecting authentically. So for those who are new and those who like the mantra, a Center for Spiritual Living Tacoma is a peaceful, loving, and joyful spiritual community connected through a shared set of values, principles, and practices. We awaken and embody an understanding of our oneness with Source and all of life. We are committed to individual transformation, healthy relationships, and being a beneficial presence in our community and on the planet. Our vision is to create a world that's thriving in harmony. And your presence makes a difference here because it helps us all be healthy. So thank you for being here. You are most welcome. And now it's time for a minister moment with Reverend Drew. Nice. Thank you.
Isn't it a Harvard study that is so remarkable? They did that longitudinally over several decades. The strength of your social connections. The strength of your connections. And that in our movement means the strength of your connections to yourself, to those around you, and really ultimately to the one that is all of us, this one spirit that we're all part of. And you are firmly in it right now. Not just in it because you can't escape it, but in it consciously because you're thinking about it and you're connecting in it. So I just want you to feel that for a second. Take a deep breath in. What you're doing is bringing your awareness of oneness to the consciousness of your present mind, and that's power. That's beautiful. We have several of our practitioners, and they're always available for you to pray with them afterwards, as we said. These are people that have expressly concentrated on the process of mental manifestation, creative thinking. Call it what you want. You'll hear words like prayer or treatment. If they don't work for you, don't use them. Doesn't matter. It's just a process of concentrating on what you want to create and putting your brain to use to help create it. It's that simple. Nothing mystical or strange or magical about it. Just good practical thinking process utilizing your old noggin. So we have our several practitioners like Mona and others, but see them. They're on our website too. These are expert people. We can help. just come see us. It works. It works. It works. It works. It works. I'm healed and whole and healthy because it works. I have a beautiful wife and a son because it works. I'm experiencing abundance. We're experiencing this growth because it works. What you think about becomes your reality. Don't forget that. Okay. Are you under 50 and would like to attend our Next Gen Luncheon on November 15th? Then come on down. I've invited several of you personally. We're having a marketing meeting that morning, and I want you all to come to that too, please. And then afterwards, we're just going to talk about what it is to reach out to the younger group. So please join us for the Next Gen Luncheon, if you can, and that's going to be on November 15th. What message will be coming about that soon. Rose.
Yes.
And Taylor.
I don't know about Taylor.
Come on up. He's there. He's right in the back. Okay. Now, these are two wonderful folks, and they're going to talk to you about what's coming with our new offering, which is our teen program. This is pre-Next Gen. So Rose is a wonderful teacher. She's been in Seattle teaching teens for years. Taylor, as you know, is our wonderful musician and Next Gen leader, and they're going to bring forward a consciousness that's going to help our teenagers to grow. So without further ado, Rose and Taylor. Here we go.
Outside, the trees are ablaze with beauty. And in here, I see a divine expression of love. Y'all are beautiful. I can see why he likes this job. Y'all are radiant. I am Rose Palmer, she, her, and I am an enthusiastic spiritual practitioner and an advocate for teens. I am here with my good friend, Taylor.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Hey, so, really excited to be here with Rose announcing this new teen program. We're going to be doing workshops and exploring, all the different spiritual principles and ideas, and being a supportive group, together, just learning to be here and human. I know at that age, I would have really, really liked to be a part of that and benefited from a group doing that. So I'm actually really honored to be here and using my life and my experience, to be a supportive role model, hopefully. Thank you.
Friends, I would like to say that we are lending our hearts and our hands in service of teens. Period, right? And we are grateful for the teens that are here now. Hey, River, hey, Max. And we're grateful for the teens that are on their way. Maybe your 8th grade niece, or your 10th grade grandchild, or your 9th grade neighbor. Let them know that this is a place. Come check us out. They will be met with love, acceptance, snacks, fabulous prizes. And I can't wait for you someday soon to be looking at CSL Tacoma's teen group standing right here saying, "Here we are." Yeah. Thank you.
Come on, that sounds good, right? I'll buy that for $1. That's great. All right. That's wonderful. Okay, now we have something else. This is what's really cool about this center, you all, is you come alive and you do what you're passionate about, and we bring it together, and we make this incredible rocket ship that launches. That's what's happening. And so with that in mind, Sharen and some woman named CJ, I don't know who she is. No, she's my wife, and I brag about her too much, but I love her. She's amazing. All right, I'm just saying so. I'm so lucky to be with her. She's incredible. They're going to come up and talk about the exchange. the exchange. So Sharen is the passport president. She's wonderful. And of course, like I said, CJ's an amazing human being and a wonderful teacher. They're going to talk about the exchange. So take it away.
All right. This actually came about because of visioning last Saturday here at the center. And God put it on my heart that we need places to connect.
That's right.
Yeah, small groups. So it's happening. And so we are birthing our first event. And you have an idea.
Well, we had an idea.
We had an
So we
idea.
had a fabulous time at this place called the Delightful Neighborhood Market. There's a nice cafe, and I got to spend some time with Sharen. I bought her coffee, so next round's on her, by the way. But anyway,
Got
we
it.
were trying, like Ty mentioned like 5 times, and Drew said something about connection, how important it is for us to live a wonderful life for a long time. So we came up with an idea of how can we get people to connect, right? And we connect here all the time when we come to the service. But after service, we have things to do, we leave early. So we thought, what's a way to get us to really spend some time together and get to know each other, right?
Right.
So I said, Sharen, I have some things that I love and I appreciate, but I don't need them anymore. What about if we find a way to get people together and bring a couple items and share that with others? It's kind of an exchange, right?
Right,
Right? And I
right.
said, Sharen, I have all these wonderful things
Oh,
that I
let's see.
love.
Let's
so I gotta
see.
show you. This I used to wear. I absolutely love. Let's see. Let me be quick about it. I don't want to spend too much time. But I felt so pretty in this, but I don't wear this anymore. And I don't want to give it away, but I don't want to just have it sitting in my closet. So I thought, oh, what if someone here
beautiful.
might really like it? I think it
Yeah.
would look really nice on you, Sharon. Okay. And then Halloween just ended, and super woman, if you want to be a super right? And of course, you're thinking, oh, well, she's tiny. I'm taller. None of her clothes are going to fit me. How about a hat? Right? Or a purse that I used to love, but I don't wear it anymore. So these are just some items that you probably have in your closet that's just sitting around, and you'd like to give it to someone who would really appreciate it. So it's a great way to bring items and share with each other, right?
I love it. I love it. Well, when should they start bringing these things? And when are
Well,
we going to do this?
Oh, well, how about since Christmas is coming right around the corner and people might want to re-gift things, right? Instead
Yeah.
of always buying new things. How about like November 22nd? It's a Saturday. And I know you guys have plans in the evening, so we thought, how about 2 o'clock, like 2 to 4?
Yeah, that sounds
Come
good.
join us here.
Yeah,
What do you think?
I think that's a great idea. I love it.
Yeah.
And being the exchange, we could exchange ideas, and people could find others that maybe like what they're into, a hobby or, something. So we'll be sharing ideas and exchanging ideas and planning the next. We're looking at doing this like once a quarter. And so I hope you'll be there and bring your stuff. In fact, when should they start bringing their stuff?
As soon as you can. We'll have like a suitcase right here at the entryway, and you can just drop it off.
Yeah.
And of course, this first event is just things that are wearable, right?
Yeah.
Is that-
yeah,
yeah,
wearable? We've
yeah.
got ideas for other things.
Yeah,
But
and-
so jewelry, woohoo, and hats, scarves,
Right, uh-huh.
Anything. It may be really good. It will be really good because it's something you would maybe put in a consignment store, and then you don't have to bring money. Just yourselves and maybe a friend. It's a non-threatening way to let somebody come with you.
Mm-hmm.
So let's connect.
Yeah.
Let's exchange.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Don't ever doubt that I'm not in touch with my divine feminine. That was awesome. Thank you. Perfect. Okay. Thank you so much, Sharen CJ, that's beautiful. Okay, today's our Dia de Muertos potluck after service. I know that Sue Bob's been setting up, and Tracy's been setting up, and MJ's been setting up. So come join us. Have a meal with us and celebrate Dia de Muertos. Dia de Muertos. Day of the Dead. Okay, perfect. In next 2 weeks, next we're going to have Reverend Erik Odell, so come and see him. He's perfect. And then I get to speak after that, so it's going to be, we're just rocking from Rachel to Erik to me, and then on to the end of the year. So here we go. So come on down. And now we need to do a second of where we really recognize the power of our connections. So those around you, we have a system. If you would prefer no touching, just wave. That means the other person has to honor that. If you want a handshake, high five, fist bump, do that. And if you want a hug, it's 2 arms. So it's this, or this. And then, so just take a second and really breathe into exactly what Ty talked about, which is the strength of our connections as a way to transcend any problems, any challenges, and make us manifest the world we want through connection. So take a second and connect. All right, come on back. 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 Take it back. Do. Take it back. Whoa. Take it back. All right, come on back. Come on back. Yay. All right. Take a deep breath in right now and let it out. Notice how you feel. Can you sense that? That's in your power anytime to create that with yourself and those around you. That is the power that Ty talked about, the strength of the connections. You just brought it to life. You can bring it to life anytime you want. And another way we bring it to life is through gratitudes. In the back of your chairs are gratitude slips. You write them, I read them. That simple. Enough said. All right, here we go. All right, so I want you to take these in too, because your brain doesn't care. It gets to experience gratitude no matter what. These are your gratitudes, each one of these. Sun in November, colors deluxe. Life is everywhere as light prevails. My daughters, each beautiful and strong in their own way. Beautiful. New jobs, where we want to get up every Monday morning and go. I'm celebrating the 7 million people who love democracy enough to sit outside across the country and give voice to those who do not have it. The joy and fun evident in our CSL community. Oh, shucks, sorry. We got it going on. Come on, let's go. My mother seeing me perform for the first time. My wife, Sherry, for celebrating another birthday. You are a rainbow of color in my life. And I'm privileged to be your husband and friend. I love you. Happy birthday. That's how I feel about CJ. I'm going to just ride on the coattails of that for a minute, okay? Visioning for CSL. It even showed me clarity for myself. So exciting to see where we all go from here. This community, all is love. Breathe that in for a minute. All is love, my friends. That's the reality of our universe, lest we ever forget it. Remember it, believe it, and live in it every single day. So now ChristineEss and Pete are going to regale us with some beautiful music.
I love that we're working with connection this morning. So with this song, I just want to invite you guys into an experience of connection. This is a very simple song. It's meant for you to sing it with me. So if you've never heard it before, just give it a listen the first time through, and then I'm going to invite you to sing with me. And then you can sing it to those around you. You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. Try singing that with me. You are the face. You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of God. All together, let's do that again. You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. Now go ahead and close your eyes and imagine someone in your family or in your friend group that you just love and cherish, and you just want them to know that you know the truth of who they are. And just bless them and hold them in your mind and sing with me. Sing to them. You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. Again, another family member that you just want to cherish and just know the truth for. You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are the part of me. You are the face of God. Now look around the room and make eye contact with someone near you. And I challenge you to sing this right to them. You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. All right, everyone face front. Imagine you're looking in the mirror. Yeah, that's right, at yourself. Sing this to your own heart and just let it come all the way in. You've got this. You are the face of God. You are the face of God. You are my family. You are the face of God. Sing that again. You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. Keep singing that with me. You are the face of God. You are the face. I hold you in my heart. A sacred part of me. Thank you.
Good morning. So my reading this morning is by one of my favorites, Howard Thurman, Dr. Howard Thurman. The movement of the Spirit in the heart of men and women often calls them to act against the spirit of their times or causes them to anticipate a spirit which is yet in the making. In a moment of dedication, they are given wisdom and courage to dare a deed that challenges and to kindle a hope that inspires. And so I offer that you close your outer eyes. And our mantra this morning is, I choose love. And we sit with that. I choose love. And as we bring our attention back into the room, remembering the mantra, I choose love. Regardless of appearances, I choose love. So right here and right now, there is a mighty force, a mighty power that is love. It is hope, it is peace, it is joy, it is health, it is wellness. It is all of the wonders of this universe, and that divine power and presence is spirit or God. However you choose to call this immanent presence, the thing that lives and breathes in, as, and through each one of us. And as I know that this powerful presence that is living in, as, and through me, I know the truth that it's living in each person in this sanctuary, in this center, each person watching this program this morning. I'm just knowing that it's living in each person in this universe, regardless if they acknowledge it. So this morning, I know, coming from a place of love, coming from a place of hope, coming from a place of peace, that our message today warms the hearts and the souls of each person that hears Reverend Rachel's message. Because I know that she's God, I know that she's light, as I know that truth for each person that is here. I say thank you, Father, Mother God. Thank you for this day. Thank you for our speaker. Thank you for each one of you that is here to create this community. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I release my word into the full activity of love and law, knowing that my word will not return to me void. I let go, I let God, and I anchor this by saying, and so it is.
When your soul feels the passion, rises up in the magic, when your joy overflows and you're filled with compassion, that's love. That's love. What you see and what you learn is not the ultimate concern. It's what you choose to think and be. Feel the truth that sets you free. Yeah. That's love. Yeah, yeah. Allow it to flow. Go ahead and get out the way. Let your light turn into day. Allow love to take control. It's about what moves your soul. What moves your soul. All right. That's love. Oh, yeah. That's love. When you offer forgiveness, let go of resistance. When you seek to understand and you lend a helping hand, yeah, yeah, that's love. All right. Allow it to flow. Go ahead and get out the way. Let your night turn into day. Allow love to take control. It's about what moves your soul. Yeah, yeah. What moves your soul. All right. That's love. That's love. Whoa, it's a reason for living, yeah. It's why you deserve it all. It's the reason for giving. Listen now, can you hear the call? That's love. That's love. Yeah, yeah, that's love. Allow it to flow.
Just beautiful. Thank you. Thank you. All right. The nearly Reverend Rachel. She's ultra close. So we're already calling her Reverend because she's going to be a Reverend. She's amazing. She just finished graduating from the School of Spiritual Leadership in June, and she's going to complete her oral panel soon, and we're one of her first coming out party right here. Woo! We get to celebrate. And in case you don't know, we're all about you bringing your passion here and bringing it to life. That's why we light the world on fire. And Rachel's going to do that this morning. She spent over 25 years as an executive producer and director of operations and chief of staff for a company called, get this, Big Fish Games. That sounds awesome, doesn't it? Big Fish Games. And they did some amazing work. And she's bringing all that into this movement, all that knowledge and power, and combining it with this spiritual presence as well. Her new role is Next Gen Retreat Manager for the whole country, working with Ty, of course. And the ministry is focused on young adults and the evolution of how spirituality shows up as CSL. She loves to teach, talk, and learn. And without further ado, let's welcome the amazing Reverend Rachel.
Thanks. He gave me a "You Go Girl." That was pretty cool. Oh, it's so great to be here. I've been here once before when there was a panel of Next Geners talking about the retreat, and it was really an amazing experience. I fell in love with the community and the sanctuary and the vibe here, and I'm really, really excited to be back. My pronouns are she, her, and I'm just going to jump right into a little story of something that happened to me recently. I was at the grocery store. And I want to say, what is it about grocery stores and freeways for spiritual lessons? It's like holy land, you know, just every time. And I was going to my cousin's for dinner, and I was buying some salad stuff. I was going to bring a salad, and I was running late. And I was at a grocery store that didn't have self-serve, and there was one line. And there was a few people in the line, so I got to go. And the person that's talking to the cashier is talking, and they have like 1,000 little items, and they're sort of telling their life story, and the cashier is super engaged and asking questions, and they're having a conversation. And my heart starts beating, and I'm like, what now, really? I mean, come on, I got to get over to my cousin's house. And then I had this little tap on the shoulder, and I'm someone that hears a voice from Spirit when I'm getting a message, and Spirit said, what if that woman is the one person in this store that needs to be seen today? And in that instant, everything shifted for me. And I looked at her different, not as an obstacle, but as a soul. And that's when I realized decoding the unlikable is not about changing the other person. It's about changing me and where I've forgotten love, even in a brief moment like in a store. We all know how to love the lovable, right? Oh, we all love each other, and we love our family and our partner and the person that smiles at us and opens the door. That is really easy. But what about the ones that challenge us and trigger us and work our last nerve? What if they run? What is this about? Okay, these are the ones where we need to learn how to decode the unlikable. So the invitation today isn't just to love them, it is to decode what's happening to us when we feel out of reach, because that's where transformation happens, on the edge of our comfort zone. So we're going to explore love, universal, divine love, and help see the sacred in the difficult, because love replaces judgment. So decode the unlikable. Those words, that phrase, isn't something I've heard a whole lot in Science of Mind. What I mean is to decode and translate judgment back into understanding and resistance into love. To decode is to see through appearances, sort of what your reading was saying, to recognize that what we call unlikable is often just the mask that love wears. And it's been forgotten. It's a spiritual practice of reading life through the lens of oneness instead of separation. So let's just talk about personal dislike, preferences versus inherent unlikability. So often we think if we don't like something, it must be inherently unlikable, right? Because we don't like it. Really, though, nothing is truly unlikable. Every being has personal preferences that result in likes and dislikes. And while there's nothing wrong with having preferences, actually we need to have them. It's how we live our lives. As a challenge arises when we turn those preferences into a place where we can sit in judgment of others. And that's when we become separate or feel separate. We never become separate, but where we feel separate. So by working to notice this and detach from our preferences, not to release them and not have them, but to detach from them and recognize them as personal preferences, we discover that many people love things that we don't. So this helps us become more accepting, create an inclusive world, and realize that it strengthens our relationships and helps us appreciate that different personal likes and dislikes create a diverse environment, and that's a good thing. So if we examine the nature of love itself, we are part way to releasing judgment and accepting people and things as they are. Our personal dislikes don't diminish others' rights to exist. So, love is not an emotion alone. It is a unifying power of spirit. And sometimes the way I'm able to release judgment and turn that into love is if I'm having an issue with a particular person, I try to see what are their intentions? Where are they coming from? So a couple years ago, I had a boss who, I could barely stand to be in the room with this person. He was very, very intense, and he always thought he was right. And I actually went to the head of the department and asked to be moved off his team, and I was denied. So I had to sit with that and say, okay, why is this happening? What am I here to learn? I can't move teams. I can't avoid this situation. And so I really just began to look at who he was and where he was coming from. And he was a smart person, and I saw that he really, really, really wanted to do a good job. And he really, really wanted to be a good manager. And I started this internal little monologue when he would talk, when he was getting too intense, and I'd be like, well, isn't that interesting? I wouldn't say it out loud. But but I was trying to sort of detach from my judgment, And I got to the point where, honestly, I really like him, and we became friends. And he became a pretty good manager, too. So that was a good experience for me on translating judgment into love. That openness is where transformation begins. Our founder, Ernest Holmes, reminds us that love isn't something you manufacture, it's something you remember. This is a quote from Holmes. Love is the greatest thing in the world. Love is the greatest thing in the world. It is the only thing that can heal and transform. Love is the essence of the divine. And when we align ourselves with it, we become channels for its expression. So, of course, understanding love and its principle is one thing, but, living it out in traffic and grocery stores and family dinners and at work, that's where the real work begins, right? So I have a friend, a minister, who told me recently that one of their preferences is they totally zone out when someone on the platform reads anything, a quote, a story, a poem. They leave their body. However, I am going to read a poem right now. It's a little bit long, but it's funny, and it's poignant, and it's right on topic. So please stay in your bodies and stick with me, okay? So I'm going to pick this up because I have to read. I didn't memorize the whole poem. Nope, that's not going to work. No, thank you. I'll just do this. I'll just move it over here so I can look down at it, okay? Okay. Please enjoy a story by John Rodell. The cocktail party is moving all around me while I am sitting awkwardly in a chair in the corner of the room, writing this poem out on my phone. Everyone is so excited about the weather and their latest vacation and the newest cars and how they plan on voting. I'm a little jealous because right now I am only obsessed with the encounter I had yesterday when my neighbor knocked on my front door to ask me why I am letting my weeds overtake my planters in my front and backyard. You could grow a really vibrant garden, he offered, without asking. I responded with a melodramatic thoughtfulness, like I was considering a treaty that had geopolitical ramifications. He pointed to his row of flowers that were exploding out of his nearby garden like fireworks. His carefully curated bouquet looked like they were ready to be pinup models in a flower magazine. His garden was so organized, his flowers were so uniform, the petals of each bud standing at firm attention like boot camp privates, waiting for inspection from their foamy-mouthed drill sergeant. I could not believe how incredible the posture of my neighbor's flowers were. Then he gestured to my planter that looked like it belonged out in front of a haunted house. He asked me to imagine how beautiful my planter would look if I would just put a little effort into them. Well, I'm not an expert on psychology. What I think he meant to say was, imagine how much more beautiful my planters would look if you put some effort into yours. Ah, I replied, now reflecting on the idea that my lack of a green thumb was impacting the property value of those around me. My neighbor walked over and ran his hand over the vines and blooming weeds in my pink brick planter. I could feel his disappointment growing. You see, these weeds are useless and creating chaos, my neighbor said as he turned back to look at me, his eyes raking over me like a comb through a mop of unkempt hair. Chaos? What a word choice. I love chaos, I thought to myself. If you want, I can show you how to get rid of these flowering weeds, he suggested. I looked at my planter. The vines were sunbathing like they were roses. The blooms of the weeds popping open without any sort of apology. They had no idea they were unwanted. They were just minding their own business, being themselves. I put my hands into my pockets and I secretly dug my finger into my thighs because I knew what I had to say next and I knew how my neighbor would respond. I said, well, maybe since the weeds are flowering, they are actually flowers, I said. I swear I could hear my neighbor's flower gasp. The moment between us took a deep breath. That is an insult to actual flowers, he said with a straight face. I spent the next 5 minutes trying to explain that I wasn't trying to insult his flowers. I just want to make space for the possibility that maybe he shouldn't judge a gardener by their blossoms, and perhaps, just perhaps, one person's weed is another person's wonder. He left the conversation the way he came into it, unannounced. An hour later, I found a huge bottle of weed killer on my porch. My flowering weeds quivered as I picked it up. I winked and told them that they were safe with me. And I brought the bottle of poison inside of my house like an unwanted fruitcake and meditated on all the ways we humans unintentionally pass out poison to kill what annoys us in each other. Now, a day later, I am here like a bit of a misfit at this cocktail party among all of these flowering people who seem to be much further ahead of me on the board game of this existence. Everyone is exchanging stories of job promotions and their kids' test scores. And I'm sitting here on my phone writing about blooming weeds who didn't ask to be called useless. They just asked to sunbathe under the same light as roses do, and I think that is just so lovely. Wow. Thanks. Thank you. Good one. John O'Donohue said, to love the unlovable is to rise above the limitations of our own judgments and see the humanity in everyone, recognizing that love is a choice we make, not just a feeling that we have. So what are the reasons we struggle to love certain individuals? Well, sometimes it's a preconceived notion or a judgment, a personal bias. These often just show up as a filter that we don't even question. We're not aware of it. Perhaps we see someone who is unhoused and we decide what their story is, but we haven't spoken to them. We don't know how they got there. Or we meet someone who we decide is prosperous because they come from a well-known family, but we don't know their story. So these are just an example of some preconceived notions, and they don't leave room for expansion and love. They don't leave room for curiosity. And then there are people in our lives already, in our families, coworkers, that just annoy us. And do we have to like everyone, Drew? Do we have to like everyone? No, we don't have to like everyone. But it's valuable to detach from our preference and allow people to be who they are. So I recently completed a course taught by the amazing and brilliant Reverend Dr. Michelle Wadley called Forgiveness. And as the universe loves a good synchronicity, many of the things that I learned in this course align with this topic. One of the first things she told us was this. I'm sure all of you have done a lot of forgiveness work and throughout your studies and self-discovery. And this was a good assumption since this was a class for ministers. So we had all done a lot of work. And when she said, but no matter how much work you've done to forgive, you're not done. ouch. So yeah, we went deep. But she had 3 rules that she started with that I wanted to share. I think they've been really helpful for me, and I want to share them with you. The first one is non-judgment. This is a spiritual practice rule. Judgment falls into this category of discernment and assessment, which you really can't get through the day without, right? It's very important that we make judgment about if I can walk down this stair, et cetera. Am I hungry? Assessing things. But for this non-judgment, we're talking about judgment where we appoint blame or fault or just find someone unlikable. The practice is to watch our minds. The practice is to catch ourselves and either just notice it, stop it, or actually reframe it. But really the key, the first part, is just that. So, for instance, I used to fly a lot with in the video game world as an executive producer for work. And I was on a flight, and I was tired, and I had to go right to a meeting from this flight. And I was planning on taking a nap when I got on the plane. And wouldn't you know it, a little family sat behind me with a baby, Haley, and and the baby started crying really loud and long. And I had this thought of like, why can't the parents do something? And I was getting annoyed. And then, I had that moment again of, I jumped to judgment and unlikability. I have grown kids. They're both right here. And they were babies, and they cried on planes. And I just stopped my judgment. I remember how much I tried to get them to stop, and sometimes there's just nothing you can do on an airplane. And I just immediately was filled with compassion and love. And so it's just catching that moment and realizing that we are aligned. The second rule is non-gossip. Ooh, that one's hard. Gossip allows us to be an expert in areas where we are not. And also, I think what I have to admit is there's an energetic charge to gossiping. I feel like the gossip type information is currency. And it's like I have inside information. And I'm not gonna say evil, but it's like a sort of mischievous charge, And so I think it's hard for us. We accept gossip in our society, and it's hard to stop ourselves from talking about people when they're not in the room about things we shouldn't be talking about. But it's very important because it takes us out of alignment with love and puts us into alignment with separation. There's a couple things if I'm about to talk to my friend Rose here about somebody, and I'm going to ask myself these questions. Why am I sharing this? Why am I telling Rose this? Is it something she needs to know? Would I say it if the person was in the room? But that's number one. Yeah. And could this cause unnecessary harm? So think about those things when we're about to, if we're sharing information, it's one thing. ChristineEss was the wonderful vocalist today. That's not gossiping. That's information, and it's complimentary, and yes, I would say it if she was in the room. So, you can kind of test this out when you're thinking of talking about someone. And the third is non-complaining. So, no, can't do that one. It's not, it's not the same as avoiding asking for what we need. It's very important to ask for what we need, but one of the things that Reverend Michelle said is just replace the word complaining with creating. We're creating when we complain. We're creating, and so that's another thing to think about. And these practices they lead to a kind of spiritual freedom, and that's a very beautiful thing to have spiritual freedom, and it opens up everything, your whole life. I've been working with all 3 of them. I have not been perfect, and as Michelle said, not necessary. I'm not asking anyone to be perfect. Just asking us to watch our minds. What are we thinking? What are we saying? What's coming out of our mouths? And really, is that love? Is that coming from love? So I do want to take a moment for a quick exercise. So if you all could get comfortable and close your eyes, if you are okay with that, or just look down. Let's take a deep breath together. Just relax. Think of one person that challenges you, works your last nerve, or someone that has annoyed you deeply. See them. Now drop from your head into your heart space. Feel your heart light. It's there, strong. Seeing that person, surround them in your heart light. Take a breath. Open your eyes when you're ready. That single little act starts the process of decoding. Another way to decode the unlikable is active listening. Curiosity. Really seek to understand. Find common ground, like me remembering my experience on the flight. I didn't need to find the common ground by talking to that person, but I had to remember, oh, I've experienced that. I know what they're going through. I have compassion. My son, Dominic, is really good at this. He's in the corner with the pink hat. When he meets someone with opposing views to his, rather than jumping to defense of his opinion or position, he asks questions. It's amazing to witness this openness and connection that he makes. If he gets in an Uber, he doesn't sit in the back and look at his phone. He interviews the driver, wants to know about their lives, where are they coming from, what's important to them. And it opens him up. And he learns so much, and he opens up his mind and his heart this way. It's very beautiful. Emma Curtis Hopkins said, "There is good for me, and I ought to have it." When that consciousness, we extend that consciousness to others, we see that there is good for them, and they ought to have it. So I'd like to close with a brief story called The Prodigal Sister. Two sisters, Anna and Claire, have grown apart over the years. Claire struggled with addiction, and Anna, the responsible one, the spiritual one, had long felt, disappointed, distant, embarrassed. Family gatherings were tense. Anna told herself she had forgiven Claire, but truthfully, she had just built up a spiritual wall. Kind of tidy, polite, cold. Then one day, Claire called her sister from a treatment center and asked if Anna would come and visit her. She didn't want to. But something whispered, "See her as spirit sees her," and reluctantly she went. When she walked into the room, Claire looked small, fragile, and scared. Not the defiant, disruptive sister she was used to. And instead of a long lecture, which she had rehearsed on the way there, she just said, "You're my sister, and I love you." And for the first time in years, Claire looked up and said, "Thank you. That's just all I needed to hear." And they cried together, and in that moment, years of judgment just dissolved. Nothing outwardly miraculous happened. There was no dramatic healing, no instant restoration. The love that had been blocked by resentment began to flow again. It was remembered, it was released, it was realized. We teach that love is the healing power of the universe. When Anna opened her heart, she stopped seeing her sister as a problem to fix and began seeing her as the presence of God in process. That shift didn't just change their relationship, it changed Anna's understanding of what love really is. So when we choose love, we shift the atmosphere around us. Our homes change, our communities soften, and the world tilts toward healing. So we've explored the nature of love and faced the challenge of the unlikable. Whether it's the woman in the grocery store, the boss at work, the annoying neighbor, someone on a plane, every moment is a chance to decode the unlikable and rediscover love. Imagine if every one of us could be a light this week. Just 1 degree more patient, more forgiving, more open this week. Can you imagine the ripple that we would have, everyone in this room? So before we go into prayer, I just am going to invite you to repeat a couple of affirmations with me. You can put your hand on your heart if you like, and just repeat after me. I am willing to bring love to every corner of my life. I am willing to bring love to every corner of my life. I see the divine even in the difficult. I see the divine even in the difficult. I am a living expression of compassion. Know that as you leave here today, you carry the vibration of peace with you. You are decoding the unlikable by being love itself. That's where your freedom begins. So let's pray. Knowing that Spirit is right here, right now, present, and that it is compassion, it is love, it is release of non-judgment, release of gossip, release of complaining. It is all that is. It is the oneness that connects us. It is the oneness that moves us. It is the divine. I know that as each of us go out into the world this week, we don't go out to fix or to change. We go out to reveal, to recognize and remember love as us and those around us. I'm so grateful for this time together. I'm grateful for all of the love in this room. And I just release my word into that divine love consciousness that only does one thing. It says yes. And so it is. Thank you.
The nearly Reverend Rachel. Well, beautiful. Thank you. So clear and so simple, and yet we need to practice it. Rachel, thank you so much for that powerful reminder of releasing judgment and getting rid of that block to remembering that we're one. It's just the art of remembering. So if our greeters will please come forward. We're going to take our blessings in our hand, and as we release this generosity, we also think of letting go of judgment. So when the plate passes in front of you, let your money go, let your judgment go, and let it create flowers for the beautiful flowers and the weeds, because they all can live in harmony. So we'll say our blessing together. Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. In infinite gratitude, so it is. We offer abundant gratitude for your generosity and giving in creating a world that truly thrives in harmony. Thank you.
I always need a minute. Just a second. There is one life. A life filled with love, filled with joy, filled with peace, filled with understanding and acceptance. And this life is God's life. And this life is my life. And this life is your life. So right here and right now, I'm just knowing that what needs to be healed is healed. What needs to be understood is understood. What needs to be forgiven is forgiven. And what resides is the love of God, the peace of God, the joy of God, the acceptance of God. So with saying this, I know that which needs, if you have something on your heart, it has already been healed. All you need to do is ask. And Spirit says yes. How is it that I can be better, Father, Mother God? Just be you. Just love. Just accept. And appreciate. For this, Father, Mother God, I say thank you. Thank you for being a gracious God, a loving God, a caring God, a forgiving God. Thank you, Father, Mother God, for life itself. Thank you for family. Thank you for Rachel, Reverend Rachel, speaking for us today. Thank you for Reverend Drew. Thank you for ChristineEss and our musicians. Thank you for our audiovisual team. Thank you for our board of trustees, and thank you for our practitioner corps. Thank you for every person that is here within the sound of my voice. I just say thank you, Father, Mother God, for all things in this universe. And so now I release my word into the full activity of love and law, knowing that my word will not return to me void, knowing that it is already done. And I anchor this by saying, and so it is.
And now as we close out our service, I invite you to stand and sing our closing song, Together We Rise. The words are on the screen. Together we rise.
Never doubt that a concentrated group of people can change the world, because you, by being here and honoring this system of being love, are changing the world. Go forth.